alive. That's a baseball.
I like on that episode where the video game guy says, "Oh, you picked number 28, huh? I like car 15 because my birthday is January 5th. Thanks, Darby. So sad you're trying to kill us. I want to send you a gift."
Also, the way he says like Jaggers, he's like Jaguars. He's like Jaggers. Oh man! All right, we're gonna wait a few minutes. Wait for people to trickle in. We'll probably wait the usual 4 minutes. Wait till 7:35, 7:36, and then we'll get started. For those of you joining in right now, we're just talking about whatever we feel like talking about.
JoJo's. How are we?
We're talking about JoJo. Just about English JoJo, not English JoJo's, but English in JoJo's. And then we were talking about Shadowverse before that. In case anyone was wondering, we do in fact. Well, me and Ryan play Shadowverse, and Braxton as well. I don't know what Braxton's playing. I think he's still trying to play Bloodcraft, actually.
He's playing Shadowcraft.
Oh, dude, but that one's like so not good right now.
No, it's pretty good if you play NepNep.
Really? Oh,
if you play Last Word Shadowcraft, that's pretty good.
Is it? I'm not a fan.
It's got like a 56% win rate, I think, converted.
We're not snowed in anymore. At least I'm not. I made it back.
Hey, can you pass me the chat link?
Oh yeah, I can.
I gotta talk to my adoring fans. Yeah.
They're all saying how much they hate you right now, right? Totally kidding.
Excellent. That is exactly what my character is supposed to be about.
Oh my god! All right, you're coming in.
Excellent.
Thanks, also, I forget what part it was when he goes there and he's like, "Go ahead, Mr. Juster."
That's against Darby, the card gamer.
Go ahead,
Mr. Juster.
Oh man. All right. We are about 3 minutes away, 3 minutes away. Getting in there. Well, Conroe isn't back yet, Ryan. He's not back. He's back in Japan.
I'm specking already. Tell the people to get Conroes.
Get your con. Dude, there's still a double R, I think, in my binder, or in one of our binders. I think it's in Braxton's binder.
Yeah, it's somewhere. But I bought 4 just because they were 40 cents, and I'm like, whatever.
Did you get my arcs?
Yeah, that's all coming in.
Sweet.
I got the Thavas's today.
Awesome.
So now our blue wave is done because apparently there just weren't any changes to the main deck at all. And I'm like, great! I don't have to buy anything.
Beautiful. What a beautiful dwang.
Feeling so strange.
Okay, so 2 more minutes. We hope you guys had a great snow. For those of you who got snow, I hope you enjoyed it. It was alright. Being snowed in kind of sucked. I wanted to come back earlier, but I was stuck in the mountains. Covered in ice. Hello, Mr. Juster. You do know that we are playing the best deck in Shadowverse, though. Tempo Rune is the money. I love it.
It is, in fact. But I want other decks. I've gotten to the point where it's like, I'm doing really well with the deck. Now I want to play something else, and I just shouldn't do that.
Well, that's when you go for unranked. Like, I've been trying to learn, like, swordcraft. I have, like, 3 different swordcraft builds. And, like...
You got all your Amelius and Alberts and stuff.
Yeah, that's what I spent my money on, was to buy the trail decks to get that and stuff. I wouldn't mind also like foiling out my my rune deck and get like the animateds and everything.
I mean, you just get those by playing. The only ones you don't get are like, yeah,
like the legendaries, but you can't make them.
Trying to open foiled areas. I've just been dusting all my animated cards just because I don't care, unless they were free, like the ones you get for playing.
Yeah, I dusted most of mine when I was trying to build all the decks I was trying to build.
Dude, we're almost at the level 50 flare. We're gonna get pull no punches.
Pull no punches. I don't pull punches. I wish you could change it so that every time I when my hero like shows up or whatever, it just automatically said you don't stand a chance. Like didn't do like the intro. It's just like you don't stand a chance. All right. Okay. All right. Welcome everybody to Damage Check episode 70. I'm happy to see that you are joining us. And we hope that you are excited to join us as well. So we've got Ryan joining me at the moment, and
you don't stand a chance.
So much, Ryan. Ryan the Doombringer Griffin. The Phantom Nate is out for the moment. He will be joining us as soon as possible. He said he'll be in around 8, so he'll be joining in for the latter half of Damage Check, and then Keith is still doing educational stuff, so I want to give him the time and space that he needs to make sure that he does that effectively.
He must be doctor.
So I want to give him the time for that. So we're glad that you're able to join us today. It's me and Ryan to start off, but this is the most boring part. It's the spoiler reel. But before the spoiler reel, Ryan's got some news. Ryan, hit him with the news.
Well, I sure wish Nate was here to say this, but we have officially partnered with Alter Reality Games to bring you guys some great news, as well as supporting their events and bringing you great content. So in doing so, we'd like to tell you about the next ARG Circuit series, because you know how much we love Bushiroad tournaments, don't we? So instead of doing that and driving all over the country for absolutely nothing, only to be crapped on by your judges, we have the ARG Circuit Series in Hartford, Connecticut, coming up at the very last weekend of this month, January 28th and 29th. Vanguard is the 29th at 10 a.m., starts at 10. Pre-registration starts or ends the Thursday before the tournament at 11:59 p.m. And if you remember to sign up early, you get $5 off. So it'll be $20 entry instead of $25 entry. Highly recommend. If you have any questions, you can always not message Jim on Facebook. He hates that. Please email events@alterrealitygames.com or check out the link, which we'll put in the description of the video.
As well as, I think, go ahead and drop the link in the chat as well if you can,
I got
Ryan.
you.
And then it'll be up on our Facebook as well later. So that is good. And then also...
And also to let you know, it's at the Connecticut Convention Center. That's important. I'll put the Facebook link in the chat as well.
Yes. Also, just make sure that we want to thank you guys for supporting the ARG states that have just passed. So thank you guys for going out there and doing that. Ours actually got rescheduled for this weekend, I think, right, Ryan?
Yes.
Yes. So I think Ryan and Braxton and Nate and Keith will be going there. I will not. Also, make sure that on the Facebook event page, which I think Ryan will also link in the chat as well, there's a link for $5 off of registration online if you register before the event. So before the actual event, if you register online, you get $5 off, which is $20 versus $25. There's a lot you can do with $5. I'm just saying. There's a lot of things you can do. Some spec. Ryan can help you on doing some spec.
You can spec on the cards. They're gonna get banned.
So
it's Mad Money with Ryan in 20 minutes.
So that's we want to give you thank you guys for supporting ARG, and we hope to see you there at that event. So starting with actual damage check, it's been a crazy week in Vanguard. Starting with last Wednesday really has been the kickoff for me with the release of the first spoiler we're going to cover today. Nate already talked about it, but this time I got Ryan. We covered it at the end of Damage Check last time, but I really want to cover it in full today. So, Dimensional Robo Commander Admiral Final Dimax. What a name. What a card.
What a name indeed.
So, it's a triple R from the new set, from the Character Booster 2. Stride, act Vanguard once per turn, Persona Flip. If you have a heart card with Dimensional Robo in its name, until the end of turn, this unit gets power plus 10k. Then, if the number of face-up cards in your G-Zone is 2 or more, it gets a critical plus 1. And then, if the face-up cards in your G-Zone is 4 or more, all the units with Dimensional Robo and its card name in the front row get power plus 5k and critical plus 1. Ah! I did it last time. This card is good. This card is the only. Thinking about it a week later, the only problem anybody can have with this card, aside from it being stupidly busted, would be like really, really salty D-Robo players who would want it to be like of a less restriction. But dude, this is your whole front. There's no cards that do this really. There's like Sanctuary Guard that gave a critical to a rear guard, and that's like about it.
Yeah, that's it.
Go ahead.
There just aren't that many. Also, you know, my whole feeling about this is stop platinum. Just kill the man. So you've got your 36K, and then you still have the possibility of your Laurel if you even wanted to. But in case you didn't, just because this card is just so good in the first place, you've got threats on threats on threats all over your board. You know, it's one of those good luck blocking everything, nothing personal, kid kind of cards, you know? And it's just, I mean, there's nothing really wrong with this. I mean, you've got your 12Ks plus your boosters, and then the 5K plus your triggers. So,
and yes,
they're going to take 2 damage.
And yes, the Vanguard.
And plus you can.
Sorry, go ahead.
Do you run stands now?
I mean, D-Robo does. I mean, Dimensional Police have some bonkers stands now. There's some decent stands. Number 1. Number 2, maybe they were stands. Number 3, your Vanguard swinging for 3 crits, man. You lose nothing. You're swinging for 3 crits, and your Vanguard swinging for 2 crits.
Oh
what life?
It does have 3 crits. Oh my god.
Like, this is one of those cards that you just drop on the board and you win. You just do.
There's nothing wrong with just attempting to go face.
This is maximum face. This is all before triggers too. Could run 12 crits and then really just deliver the business. Like, this card is good. This card is spicy and it's good. It's stupid. Like, it's a stupid card. It probably shouldn't exist, in all honesty. But power creep, we've gotten here. It's time to start giving rear guards crits.
Yay.
And probably in 6 months, the meta will be rear guards getting crits. That's gonna be it. It's gonna be them getting power and getting crits. No, it's an interesting card. I like it. The starter that lets you stride automatically is also really interesting. It's Dimensional Robo Die Hawk. It's basically a Goyusha homage in a way. It's like, choose 4 of your rear guards with Dimensional Robo and his card name, put him in the soul, give you a grade 3 Vanguard with Dimensional Robo, choose a face down card with Dimensional Robo and its name from your G-Zone and stride it on your Vanguard. I mean, this doesn't have a restriction as to anything. You could do it at any point when they're at grade 2, when they're at grade 1. Shit, if they're grade 0, just drop them. I mean, it's an interesting card. It's costly, just like Goyusha was, so it depends on the need. But it's there, and I think that's good. I mean, I also kind of like. I like this card. I mean, what do you think, Ryan?
No, for the Diehawk, yeah. I mean, the fact that it allows you anything that allows you to stride for free nowadays is pretty good.
Well, this one isn't free. I mean,
no, but yeah, it allows. I like the direction it's going. I think this one's a little expensive.
Yeah, it's a little pricey.
Kind of pricey, probably not worth it. But if you really just need that stride to put them away, why not? Especially if you're using those cards that are power boosting, but those seem to be better in Cosmic Heroes anyway. We kind of got something similar over there.
So another really card that I'm glad that they got was Galleon Incarnation Go 05. Go 5. And it's a G Guardian. It's an auto Soul Blast 1 card with power 5,000 or greater. When a unit is placed on the Guardian Circle, you may pay. When this unit is placed on the Guardian Circle, you may pay the cost of you do. So unit gets plus 10. That is nice. That is a free plus 10 right there. That is as free as a plus 10 that you're gonna get. Aside from maybe like the Royal Paladin one, but like that one, like at least you have to do. You can leave dudes on the board. You just need stuff on the soul. Like, come on. And then if a card was put in your damage zone during this turn, this unit gets shield plus 5k additional. So if you let a rear guard hit first, then this is going to be nice. There's also, I can imagine this being really good tech in when you're playing against Kagero or something that has restanders. And you're going to have to take one of the hits anyways. This is going to help with the second swing. Like if you got to take a hypothetical, like a double ace swing, and you're like, all right, I'll take the first one, I'll take the damage. and then I'm gonna drop this on the second ace swing, and it's plus 25k shield. Like that's nice. Ryan, what's your thoughts?
Yeah, the fact that we've finally moved up to 30k shields. Ooh, we just can't keep it at 25 forever. They got to get more and more and more. Oh goodness, these G cards are just getting more and more ridiculous.
So continuing, there actually aren't too many cards this week, actually, which is pretty nice.
Nope.
The next card is
stuff.
The next card is utter trash. So let's go ahead and cover. Okay. It was really good until you read the last sentence of this card. So, Deity Dynasty Defense Official Amatus Hikone.
Wow, you're butchering that Japanese like Bushra had murdered OTT.
Yep, sounds about right. It's a Sentinel. It's a PG, so you know all that kind of stuff. Auto Drop Zone Generation Break 1 Oracle. If you have 5 or more cards in your hand, that's how you get Oracle. Counterblast 1 at the end of the turn, you may pay the cost. Return this card to your hand. Choose a card at random from your hand and bind it face down. Everything was fine about this card until the last sentence. And you're thinking like, oh, Jose, that's a gutsy play. Like, what's wrong with that? You still get your PG. Yeah, come talk to me when you counterblast 1 to lose a PG. That's all I'm saying. Like, if you're at 5 or more cards, yeah, the odds that you're gonna pick it is lower, but it still could happen, and that's the point. Like, you're getting the PG at the chance to play a game to possibly lose the PG. Like,
for counterblast 1, like this is just one of those cards you look at and you go, no, we're just not gonna do that. Try again.
Like, you would think it's almost worth it, but then it's not. Like maybe? Like, okay, so
she cute. She has a kid.
So this is the 5th card, right? So if you have 5 cards, it'd be Oracle. This will be your 6th card. So it's literally rolling a dice, and if you hit one of those numbers, to buy PG.
I mean, granted, you could also get rid of like your stride fodder, the cards you were using to guard, your heal triggers, whatever you needed. Nope, it's gone. Goodbye.
Yeah, I'm just saying. For me, the worst situation is to use this card to get the PG and then lose the PG. Losing anything sucks because you can lose something that you need. But like, worst case scenario is getting this and then losing this, because that meant you counterblast 1 to do nothing. That's the worst case situation. And the point that could happen is what makes me frustrated about it.
Also, you can't even go again because it binds face down.
Such a sad.
What a bad.
All right. It's a not good card. I wouldn't play it. Wouldn't recommend it.
Buy it.
We
have our lovely friend Heat Element Bobo bringing up the rear.
Oh, such a bad card. But before we talk about Bobo, the special reprints.
It's like, what?
Spicy, man. These special reprints, like the OTT special reprint, might be the best card they got. Like the Psychic Bird. The Psychic Bird.
You're not wrong, honestly.
And then I also really like the Kaiser reprint. And the Chatnor isn't bad either.
That's an interesting take on Chatnor. I think I like original art better.
Give us that skill on Bobo, Ryan. Give us the skill on
God. Bobo. Well, our resident fat bastard. Heat Element Bobo. Generation Break 1. When this unit is placed on rearguard circle from your hand, if the number of cards in your damage zone is 3 or less, countercharge 1, soul charge 1. Choose one of your vanguards and deal 1 damage. Perform a damage check. Triggers will also activate. That is all. You just give yourself a damage. Because you can. Because why not?
Here's the thing. Maybe this could work in Angel Feathers. Maybe. Number 1. Number 2, maybe if this card didn't have Generation Break 1, it could see some use.
Because you know what I want my Limit Break for?
Nah, bro.
You know what I want damage for? Activating my limit break so I can dunk on some rush decks. That is all that I want damage for against rush decks.
Bro, it's time to get that limit break 5, man. Time to go that win. That Glendios win con. It's time.
Play this in Blaukluger just to go off.
Like, that's the thing. It's like, if this card didn't have Generation Break 1.
But wait, you can't even use it for limit break 5 because it says 3 or less damage.
Oh, what an ass card! This card is
There's no situation in which you need this card because you can't cheese limit break with it because most of the limit break cards we play are break right only, and you need that before you pass the turn. The limit break 5 ones you need, you can't use this card for, and it's Generation Break 1, so it doesn't work against Rush. What do you play this card for? You don't. If you pull one, just send it to me and I'll rip it up on camera.
How bad do you need one counterblast? How bad do you need it, man?
Technically, it's 2 counterblasts because he countercharges 1.
You're right. Forgive me. How bad do you need 2 counterblasts?
I needed to ace this turn. There was no other play. I had to do this. I had to use this specific card for this one reason to go off this one time it would be relevant.
So upsetting.
No.
So upsetting.
Stop it.
Genuinely upset. That's actually all the spoilers for this week, which is good because we had a huge dump last week. And these were like hot garb. These were like bad of the bad, except for Dimax. Actually, the beginning of the week was good. Latter half of the week was god off. The weird thing is Dimax is already selling for 40 overseas. Which just means it's probably going to be that much here. I mean, that card is good. And you're going to need 4 of it. Like, maybe get away with 2.
Where do we even fit that in D-Robos anymore? Take out a Leon and go back in?
No. You keep the Leons. No. Yeah. No. Yeah. Keep the Leons. No.
What are we looking at here, man?
Well,
hello?
You can take 2 of the Earths out.
So just 2 Earth, 4 Leon, 4 Dimax, whatever?
Yeah, maybe.
G-Guards. And a Sea Breeze, maybe.
Dimax, I mean, Die Earth is usually
need Sea Breeze.
Stride. He's your first stride, usually. So, I guess. I don't know.
Oh, and we gotta have our Laurel. Gotta have Laurel.
Oh, you gotta get the 1. But that's like a 1-of. You take that shit. You take that garbage in once. You use that card one time, you don't look back. Could happen. Let us know in the comments what your G-Zone list for D-Robos might look like. Maybe we'll take it. Maybe we'll use it. I don't know. In news, ARG states, I'll kind of wait and see if I can weasel my way until Nate gets back because I think he has a pie chart of that.
Oh yeah.
So
we've been doing some research.
We've been doing some research, but this goes back all the way through Bushi events and others. So.
But let's talk about Mad Money with Ryan.
Well, hold on. Before you go to Mad Money.
But I want to do my Mad Money.
I know that. However, I think it's important that the audience knows that
I want to do my Mad Money.
Team Trinity Dragon is getting their own deck box. So enjoy that. I know.
Does it have all the poses? Tell me it has all the poses. That's what I need.
It does, in fact, not have all the poses.
No.
However, if you wanted a deck box with the new Susano, the new Chatnor, and the new Enigman, this is the set. This is the box for you.
Wow. Wow. Wow.
So that's being released.
Get my funny Morikawa tier poses.
Aside from that, there isn't much in the world of news in terms of product stuff, but there is a lot of news that we still need to cover. So, Mad Money time with Ryan. Go, Ryan, go.
Why, yes, it is I. So, if you're wondering what cards to spec on this week, the answer is everything. Buy staples. Just buy them now. Because honestly, Revival Collection came out, like a week or 2 ago? Yeah, probably what was it, like 2 weeks ago? Yeah. So when do we get another Revival Collection? Never! Buy all the good cards and sell them now. TCG player is on fire! Get in there, buy things.
No, money. The ship is shaking. We don't know what to do.
But seriously, just go and look at anything good from the Reckless Rampage. Apparently, Sakumo Rakon's at 50 and Shiranoi's at 40. Buy cards! Buy cards!
Wait, sure, do we? Oh, it's because it like topped somewhere.
No, I sold that deck twice. I bought it and I sold it and I bought it and I sold it again.
No, I'm telling you, the deck topped in the ARG. What was it? It was ARG something, but it topped. Sure do did. It like beat like 2 Gear Chronicle decks. I was like, what is this? Who is this man?
States.
No, it might have not been States, but I think
it could have been Shops. Who knows?
No, I think it was either like an ARG States or it was like an ARG. But
so let's do a Mad Money live. Let's check out how our boy Conroe's doing now that he's been in. Yes, let's just check. So I assume the price of Malum will be stable because Bushiro doesn't care about that card at all, apparently. Wow. This card's actually like $8 since the Revival Collection. Good for you, Malum. Coming down, being accessible to the common man, and taking all my money. Thanks, God. All right. Let's check on Conroe. He was 40, not you. Let's check on our boy Conroe from way back when.
Conroe.
Low, yes. He is still 40 cents. Buy Conroe's. Buy him. Let's see if people caught on to that new spicy hotness.
So
I have not.
Also go ahead and pick up Sword Breakers if you need them, because that card's only going to go up in price. I mean, was it at 10? Is it go down?
Swordbreaker was 8 last time I checked. Let's just check again.
Please send Ryan all your SP Dotes, please.
Yes. Please send those to me. I don't have anything to give you in return, but send me your SP Dotes. I will, I don't know, treat them lovingly and kindly. If you want the BT15 double Rs, they are 12 to 13. If you want the double Rs from the Revival Collection that look functionally the same, they are 450. Buy those.
You want the 450 one. Let me tell you something. The number 15 in the corner, not worth the $11.
Not the money.
So, yeah. Also, the SPs look really nice in that set. To be honest, I like them all. They all look nice. I saw ARG posted a video of their one of their shopkeep people, and she opened like 15 boxes on camera, and I watched it. It was like an hour long. Why did I watch it? I had nothing else to do. I was playing Shadowverse and I was watching it. Those SPs look nice. The double Rs look nice. The Rs that are foiled, they're still foils. They look nice. But I'm still gonna skip over, and because like I said, we do have ARG like stats and like stuff like that about like decks that were played and stuff like that. Your Chronicle is still more played than anything else in the meta, by like magnitudes more. It's like 26%. So a quarter of players are playing that deck over any other deck. I think it's like 3 times as much as the next deck played, which I think is like Royals.
It is.
So yeah, gears are still hot. And what was Bushi's response to that? To do nothing. All right. So topic of the day, really quick, Ryan and I could go onto a rage-filled rant about Bushiroad's spring 2017 locations, but this isn't the place for that. You know where the place is for that. Place is that is where Ryan decides to don his tuxedo, except it's not going to be a tuxedo, it's going to be a suit. Ryan docks his suit and tie. He sits in the filming room, and we do a good old-fashioned rant. I think it's time for another rant, don't you?
I do believe.
We will do that. We'll probably film it next week. It'll probably be up by the end of next week. So you guys will check us out. Make sure to check that out. It's going to be angry because we do have things to say, and there are a lot of things to say. They did release their locations. They did release how the event structure is going to work. If you check it out, you will be sorely disappointed at that. You'll understand why in our rant. We'll go into it then. I'm very angry, but I like to stay calm during damage check. So it's gonna be time for another rant when that time comes. This is the place for it, unfortunately. But Ryan, get the tie because we're doing the thing.
Doing the thing.
But something that we do want to talk about here is the ban list has been officially released for Japan. The OCG, TCG has not been released. Maybe we'll get it after Worlds on the 14th. Maybe we won't. Who knows? Maybe nothing will change. So take everything we're about to say from here on out with a grain of salt. because this is their current ban list. And I'm going to hand it over to Ryan to give me the lowdown on what has changed, what hasn't changed, what stays the same. Ryan, go into it.
Oh, what? I was talking about Shadowverse in the chat.
Dang it, Ryan.
I'm just kidding. All right, I'm back in. All right, let me pull up this lovely. And what? Well, obviously that's sarcasm. Let me pull up this here supposed, in quotations, ban list on a crappy piece of coloring paper from somewhere. Who knows? All right. So, wow, the screen is tiny. Can I get this in it? Thank you. Bingo. I have special eyes. Anyway, so what's changed? Well, functionally nothing. But what's supposedly changing is Urwater has been limited to 1. TikTok has joined the only 1 of in deck and can't be used as a starter, although that may have already happened in Japan.
It did already happen in Japan.
Okay. That's what I thought.
Yeah.
But anyway, yeah, they limited Urwater, which doesn't matter at all. They basically murdered Night Runner because it makes 7 Seas Rush a little too efficient, according to Bushiroad. Yeah, who cares? And Sanctuary Guard Dragon is now at 1. Okay, why not? I mean, well, is that card the problem? No, that's clearly not the issue here, Bushi. I don't care how many Sanctuary Guard Dragons you play. It's all about the Imperials and the Flogels. You know what's wrong. But you just didn't want to give Royals the finger overall, did you? I didn't think so. And also, supposedly, my boy Conroe coming back after all this time. It's been 20 years. He served his time.
He's returned from Valhalla. He's returned from Valhalla. He has many a tale to tell.
Guys, it was terrible in there. There was just nothing but dogs and little boys.
There was one dog, a little boy, and like 1 butler for a little while.
Why is the clock trying to talk to me? Is this guy what's good now? Please go away. Day 2077. A refrigerator came in. It speaks of drawing too many cards. Boucher, what have you become?
So, that's all that's changed, right? And that, wait, no, wasn't there also like a on watch list or something?
If there was an updated watch list, I did not see it.
Okay, so that's the ban list. And like Ryan said, functionally, what has changed? Nothing. This is the exact list that I would release if I wanted to do something and say I did something, but functionally doing nothing. Is that like? Okay. What are the 2 biggest nuisances in Vanguard right now? 3. I'll say 3. So 7 Seas is a nuisance, but 7 Seas is only a nuisance because Gear Chronicle is a bigger nuisance.
It's a meta call.
So Gear Chronicle is the biggest nuisance, and then Sanctuary Guard's still a nuisance. It's always been a nuisance. It's an annoying deck. It shouldn't exist. It's stupid. But okay, so how did they decide to handle the situation? So the TikTok can't be a starter thing. Hey, you search it out anyways. Screw it. Does it weaken the deck? Sure. Does it tranquil? Does it take it down? No. Is this Odysseus to 2 levels of like ban? No. Is this like a Cat Butler to 2 level like restriction? No. Is this a Darlara to 1 restriction? We didn't even see that. No. So this is like, I'm gonna shoot you with a PB gun, and that's how it's gonna work. And then Urwater to 1, I do think that the community is being much less reactive to that. I do think that ban is needed to a certain extent, and I don't think it's a bad one. And I do think it does suffer. It does damage the deck to a certain degree.
If I may jump in here, Jose, I think hitting Urwater hits it on the wrong end, because what Bushiroad's really saying here is they care that Gear Chronicle. They don't care that Gear Chronicle can attack you 11 times on a relatively normal turn. Like just relatively, like, oh, I have Malum and History Maker, and a thing that goes in to get me more fuel, and Metallica Phoenix, and I don't know, something else, and enough Counterblast. Guess I get to attack you 11 times. They care about that you can do that and then draw 5 cards after that. So I think part of the problem here is the fact that you can loop Urwater by continually going into Malum and throwing it at people. Like, here's the thing: hitting Urwater only hits Chronofang more because that was the deck that actually used that card to the full extent. And honestly, we could see more of that deck rather than just Jet.deck all the time. Can we get a break from that, please? If you'd put Malum to 2, or even 1,
or 1,
that functionally deals with the problem because without a bunch of Malums, it's really hard to just keep going in.
So I actually have a theory at the end of it, when we get done with all of these cards, as to why they didn't hit Malum and why Regale also didn't get hit as well. Because let's move on to deck number deck number 2 is 7 Seas. Deck's annoying. I won't concede that. Deck is. I hate the deck too. Deck's stupid. Kind of takes the one thing that you like about playing Vanguard, stacking cards on other cards, and eliminates that from the game. Moving on. Why they hit Netrunner or Nightrunner? From what I've heard, it can be replaced. The deck does take a hit though in consistency, which is fine. I mean, kind of sucks. But then again, the deck it was made to make a call of also kind of lost consistency. Not a lot of it, very little of it actually. But I guess this is what they hit. I think that was a dumb call. I think until they deal with Gear Chronicle, we kind of need Grand Blue to put it in check. It's really the way, like Batman, Joker. I'll let you pick which ones are which. But the biggest one I thought was weird was the Sanctuary card. We have Regale still. We still have 2 cards that have Sanctuary Guard in their name. The deck's gonna be just fine. And I talked about this in last damage check. The only thing this has prevented, one, it's made every Royal player's Safeguard deck list that much easier to write. Because we were talking about last time, it's like, oh, should I run 3 Arc, 2 Guard? Should I run 4 Arc, 1 Guard, 4 Guard, 1 Arc? Well, now it's easy. You just want to run Guard and you run 4 Arc. Problem solved. Did your own day. But the only thing, so what Bushi was telling me with this hit is that they were just done with Sanctuary Guard players being sacky off the top. That is what they're telling me. Because the only true difference between running Arc and running Guard, and I talked about this in last damage check. Nate can qualify. Nate just joined. Hi, Nate. The only difference between the 2 decks is that with Sanctuary Guard, you could ride it, search out the Dindrain clone, Soul Blast 1, top deck, and then stride. So the only difference is that Bushiroad is saying, I don't want Royal Paladin players. I want Royal Paladin players to stop getting the Dindrain clone and getting the stride fodder off the top. I'm done with them sacking me off the top, because that's the only difference. Because Arc, when you stride, you get the same skill that Guard did essentially, and you get power, which is nice. But essentially, you get the same skill, only it's not before stride. Therefore, you can't top deck into the stride fodder. So all I got from that is Bushi's just done with me being lucky. That's fine. It's whatever. You Sanctuary Guard players, don't go selling your decks. Deck's fine. Deck's gonna work just fine. Deck's great. So I'm gonna hand over to Ryan. What are your thoughts on, and then Nate. Ryan and then Nate. Nate, I want your overall thoughts on the list, on the ban list. Ryan, give me just your thoughts on the last 2 things.
Yeah, Sanctuary Guard. Why even bother? Like, I still think that Regale is more or less the problem at this point. And Flogel. And Flogel. That's it.
Go ahead.
Now, I understand that, like, you wanted to do, like, the Blaster thing because, you know, Blaster's your baby or whatever, Bushiroad. But the fact that, because we saw, like, a fake list a long time ago that was actually a pretty decent list. What was it? Like, you can't use Flogel with things with Sanctuary Guard. Like, they were using more name restrictions. Like, that was pretty good. But clearly, Bushiroad just wants to let you attack as many times as they can and only hurt your consistency just enough to maybe power creep you out of the game. I don't know. I don't know if they just don't like outright banning things, but honestly, I don't see the Sanctuary Guard ban as anything really just, you know, why? Why would you ban the grade 3? Print the replacement in English, which the Japanese people already had, so it didn't matter for them. And like Jose said, your deck list is just that much easier to write.
Also, I don't think Flogel actually deserves it. Well, I think it deserves a ban, don't get me wrong. I don't think it deserves a ban, though. If that makes sense. I don't think the ban fixes the problem. Because You want to kill the Sanctuary Guard deck, you kill Regale. That ends the problem. Okay? You kill Regale, you kill the deck.
Honestly,
But-
if they had just made Regale a Persona flip, I don't think we would be having this problem as much.
That's also
Like,
true.
sure, they could rush you down and they took Sword Me away and they hurt the consistency, but the fact that it's just like, well, I have another one. Here's another one. How many can you live?
You've hit Sword Me. You then said, okay, now you're hitting guard. But you're not fixing the problem. Regale's still like, and then people are like, oh, but if we hit Flogel, no, we'll just go back to the old stand build. I'll still shove it down your throat. Like, as long as I'm getting +9 to the front row, that's still something you got to deal with, regardless of how I got there. Regardless of what dudes are in the front row and how many times I'm swinging, you still got to deal with it. Whether I get it from a stand trigger, whether I get it from a skill, this is still +9 to the front row that you have to deal with. So Regale needs to be the one that gets dealt with. Not poor old Sanctuary Guard. He ain't done nothing since the Tycho deck. Like, let him be him. This is his only time to shine from last year. Nate, go ahead and tag in here.
Hey, I'm
Hi.
here.
Hi, Nate.
Hello, Nate.
Hello. Am I
How are
talking about Vanguard or?
The Banlist
The ban list in general. And you can go to specifics. I'm giving this time for you. Go ahead.
Okie doke.
Go nuts.
It's yay we got a ban list. It's not a great ban list, but it's a ban list. I'll just kind of go one by one. Saint Guard, I feel like was kind of out of the blue, weird, unnecessary because the deck runs 5 grade 3s. Now you've just kind of picked which 5 I'm running. I mean, it's like, okay. It really didn't impact my play other than like what Jose said. Maybe I'm not going to get as lucky with drawing the stride fodder. Oh no. So I don't care about Saint Guard. I think it's useless. Totally weird ban. What else was on there? Did you go over the 7 Cs?
Yeah, Night Runner
thing?
Yeah, we talked about it.
Yeah. I'm glad. I approve. I'm not. So me and Keith had an argument about this. I think it totally kills 7 Cs in the US. Just because it, more than anything else, was totally free replacement. Like, it did not matter if you drew a 7 Cs card or drove check a 7 Cs card. It was totally free replacing rear guards. So it also really hurt your mill power. Whereas, you know, if you had 2 of these things in the drop zone, you could mill up to 8. You could get what you wanted in the drop zone. Now you're kind of hoping you get it in the drop zone and it's a mill 4. You're relying a lot less on that card. So cool. Whatever. I'm really disappointed that they hit Urwater to 1 because it's a card that goes back into the deck. So what does it matter? If you
it goes to the bind zone. Goes to the bind zone. It's a 1.
It goes back to the deck.
Oh shit! It does. My bad.
Yeah. So if you're searching it and looping it, it doesn't matter. The only difference is you can't check it and play it down again.
I mean, you have a G guard that can put it from the drop zone back to the deck. Take that card out of play to damage check it. I'm so disappointed. Like, why? Why not hit Malum? Why? So yeah. It's a ban list. I wouldn't call it a good one, but it's a ban list. Sort of.
So quick. So the last bit of news is Conroe's back. We kind of skipped over that. I mean, we made some jokes that he's out of Valhalla. He saw some butlers. He saw a general there. He saw some good stuff. He's walking out of Valhalla as a pirate and a clock walk in, and he's like, "What the hell happened?"
I have no memory of this place.
So it's a thing. So Dag's really good as a starter. Conroe was banned, so let's not like write it off yet. So I mean, like,
I don't even know what Conroe can do now. Like, what do we come back and do with it? We're thinking like, can we play Novell again now?
Is the deck back?
Can we do that?
Can the dream live? Possibly. I mean, could it? I mean, I remember that crazy deck that Braxton played like a year and a half ago. That
Yeah, the spicy
crazy,
brew.
the spicy Kagura brew where he basically pushed you to 5, then actually dropped Old Novella on you and beat you with that. Like, that was spicy. I'm not gonna lie. I remember him dropping that on some players and being like,
They're like, hello?
they were like, excuse me?
Bro, you can't play around that.
So, I mean, could Novell come back? Very well. Is there some other way we could use Conroe? I even begin to think about it. Like, search a stride fodder, search a heal, search whatever the hell you need. Like, it's value.
If you don't like Sadeg, you can play it in Blade Master. It's just like, I'm gonna find my stride fodder and find my grade 3, and I'm in there. Or find my heal for a Griffin or something.
I mean, it's so much. I mean, yeah, I would say in Blade Master, you absolutely run Conroe. Why the hell not? Like, it's there. The utility is just value town. Like, you got your boy back. It was like if I got Barkle, I'd find a deck to play him. You give the man the respect he deserves. Conroe's getting put in a deck. I think time will soon tell if Kagura will be able to do anything with this. I think it will, because you could argue that the CB1 is a little antiquated, but Kagura's got the most unflip of any other clan, I think. Like, easily. With the Conroe unflip, with the Conroe grade 1 unflip engine is absurd with the way Kagura, the way the Overlord works. So, like, the Counterblast 1 is nothing. Is it even a Counterblast 1? I don't even remember.
It is. Okay. Yep, it's Counterblast 1, murder this, and go search a grade 1 or less to your hand.
Yeah.
Was that really so bad, Bujiro?
Yes,
was it so awful?
Yes, it was. Yes, it was.
Well, I'm going to find the one Airmo I play in my deck and put it right behind my Dote, and I'm going to get there.
So I guess now it's time to do, what was that one series we were thinking about doing, but we didn't do? It was like Power Broken or something.
Oh, it was like Full Power or something, where you can bring back the ban cards. But the thing is, like, the list is so, like, we've already seen all those lists with, like, the only thing you can do is bring back Barkle and then start doing some really crazy stuff with it, and that's it, because everything else is not, like, we never had anything else. That was our only ban card for forever, plus Conroe.
Well, Conroe now is getting off, so it's nice to see. So the last theory I want to quickly go into is kind of what both of you guys have been asking or like screaming out, is why didn't Malum get hit? Why didn't this get hit? Why didn't that get hit? Okay. I actually believe that we are going to see this list, or something very close to this list, after Worlds. How far after Worlds? I don't know. Could be a day before the first Spring Fest. Knowing them, or Spring Circuit, whatever they want to call it. I think we are going to see this list, and if we do see this list, it will explain why Malum and Regale didn't get hit. And here's why. We just recently got the Revival Collection that printed Arc for the first time in the US and reprinted Malum. Now, if I'm Bushiroad and I'm a company, it seems kind of a stupid move from a company standpoint to ban a card you just released in product, to restrict the card you just released in product, as well as restrict a card that generally functions with the deck of a card that's selling your set, aka Arc. Arc is on the cover of that set. People knew that people wanted that card. It's a main driver of that set. So if I'm Bushi, I'm not going to restrict Regale because no one would get Arc. No one would. It would affect sales of the Revival Collection. So they did the least things they could do to make it seem like they were doing something without actually doing something. That's my personal theory. It's complete. I have no evidence to back it up outside of just deductions of what I see. Because we didn't get Malum and Regale is because Arc and Malum got reprinted. They didn't want to affect their own sales. That's my personal opinion. If you guys have any rebuttals, I would be happy to hear them. Got anything, Ryan? Got anything, Nate?
Yeah, what I was thinking was what AN Blader 001 put in the chat. So what you're saying is Japan is going to suffer at the US's expense? That's a new one. And I'm like, wow, are we actually maybe seeing some attention in the worst way possible? Thanks, Bushi.
Yeah.
That's all I really wanted, wasn't it? Another
because
year of Malin punching me in the dick.
the thing is, it's like Bush is like, oh, they want uniformity between the two regions, OCG and TCG. They want us to look the same. But how can we do it how can we give them what they want, but in the worst way possible? We'll give them the worst ban list. We'll give it to both of them.
We did good, gentlemen. Just imagine. See, I like to imagine that a lot of companies work like they do in Mad Men. It's just a bunch of guys in suits sitting around a table chuckling about something and clapping when good things happen. It's just like everything happens in a boardroom. Like, Jenkins, so what are we going to do today? It's about time we make a ban list. Great. What do we put on it? I don't know. Something relevant. Did we do something? Yeah, not really. You know.
What about you, Nate? You have anything to say on this list?
Sure. I think we'll get it just because the pattern seems to hold. We get every other ban list. It seems like Bushiroad typically does 2 a year for Japan. It looks like putting TikTok to 1 for OCG, which we never got. We seem to only get the Worlds one. So, yeah, I think if pattern holds, we'll get it.
Interesting. That is a good theory.
We're only good enough for 1 a year, Ryan. I honestly to hit it just because look at the lengths it took for them to make Gear Chronicle competitive to where it sells product. They had to go through 2 trial decks. You had to get Next Stage. You had to get TikTok. You had to get Malum. You had to get Metallica Phoenix. You had to get Urwater. They have spent so much time and effort making Gear Chronicles something that will sell sets and something that's competitive that I think they refuse to hit a key part of that deck. Malum is the thing that makes all other things work. They're not going to get rid of it because they have spent so long building it up.
But sunk costs are sunk, Nate. Those cards have been bought and sold and traded.
No, they reprinted it. They reprinted it.
They did, yeah. Okay, they just reprinted Malum because it was $40. You know what's a cheaper solution? Not having that.
No, a cheaper solution is to reprint it, and then the company makes a part of that money. It's a genius strategy, honestly. The card's $40.
A genius strategy, you say?
Bravo, Ryan.
I hate you, Ryan, so much.
Jesus, man. Here's the thing: is they've been trying to pile everything on Gear Chronicles. They've been designing the game around this clan. You had to have Seabreeze and G-Guards to prevent them from dying to offensive decks, and just everything that's been happening is just to make sure Gear Chronicles squeaks by. And then they got their own clan booster, and then they had, all set 7 support and what have you, just to get them to this state, like Nate says. And now they're just ruling the table, and a contender emerges, and they're like, nope, too much free advantage, goodbye.
All right. So
how dare you mess with our time-based baby?
I'm trying to keep damage check to an hour, and especially this week's because we only had 5 spoilers, so there's no reason for this to go longer than an hour. So for the last 6 minutes of damage check, throw us your questions in the chat. I'll throw them to the audience, aka the audience being Nate and Ryan. Nate, get ready for more questions because you weren't here at the beginning half. We talked about Dynamax again. I still think it's stupid. The card's great. Why should that card exist?
Yes. Absolution. Thoughts on prices of Shadow Paladin ritual support, and do you think it's worth it?
Oh my god.
Nate, how's your wallet feel?
It's not worth it. People stop buying it and stop selling it at those prices. Sell me cheaper, please. No, it's ridiculous. It's ridiculous. I can literally, we did this. It cost me to buy lowest possible rarity, $450 for the deck. And that's without a backup grade 3. That's without the Spectrals, the PB Diablos. That's just the Luard stuff. It's $450. I can go out and buy a Gear Chronicle deck for $300. So why would I buy Luard? That's stupid. That's stupid. That's stupid. That's stupid. I hate it because I want it. Yeah, my thoughts.
But set 9, the most value set, only because you can open double R's and make money.
Why is my clan overpriced? It's stupid.
Because someone bought it all out and then they decided to attempt to sell it. And are people still buying this?
Okay, so
See, I don't know how you can buy boxes. Everything else is so devalued. If you don't pull Luard or Morfessa,
Or
you're
Ezra's.
basically lost.
Or Plot Maker.
So
Okay.
all right, guys, more questions. So, do you think Orgeyser will drop with the next reprint,
Yeah.
with this reprint, and then the Horizon of the G Set 10 reprint? Yeah, why not?
Yeah.
Can reprint it
Orgeyser's
twice,
like
hello.
$15 now. If
He
the Revival
is-
Collection version is.
If you buy the Revival Collection version, he is 13.
8.
If you still
Yep.
want the other RRR, he's 25 for some reason. No idea why that is.
I mean,
So
I think, when Shadows get support, it'll go up, but $13 is solid. Stay there, please.
so it
Will we be
says-
uploading an Archsaver deck profile?
Yes, probably look for it in the next 2 weeks because I will be.
An Archsaver? Like,
Archsaver?
Wait,
well,
Archsaver?
Archsaver.
Oh, look for that when that card drops in price substantially. Or I tell Ryan to go trade it, hew it from some like 10-year-old because I'm not building that. deck.
I'll get Nate Luard stuff before I pick up Archsaver dragons.
Probably not Archsaver. Sorry, Arc. You will see soon, but Archsaver probably not. I wish it was good. I really do. It's a good. That's like Kagro got Novell and I got stuck with this shit. Like, come on now. So will Dimax bring D Police back in the game? One, I would contest that it hasn't fully left the game. It's just like it's a glass cannon deck. This makes the glass cannon deck hit with more force and stand a little taller. It's a glass cannon that can win at turn 5. That's what it is. I have no other words to say than that because that card's stupid.
Nate, do you think the PBA form, Raging Form hybrid will work for you, or do you think it's inconsistent?
No, that deck is too inconsistent for the simple fact that Raging Form right now is in this place where it has to kill you as quickly as possible just because G-Guards, if they didn't exist, maybe PBA Raging would work, but we're kind of at the spot now where you're only swinging 21 on the restand, which is a G-Guard for 1 to pass, so you really need to kill them as quickly as possible, and that means you cannot be on the wrong Vanguard ever. This means you're never on the wrong Vanguard. I love that card. Yeah.
Ryan, what would it take to make Murakumo better?
Stop it. Will you upload a Blue Wave deck? Yes, we actually have that deck. It's done. Just got Thamasis today.
Well, it's gonna take to get Murakumo back better. Ryan, go.
Murakumo? I said stop it.
That was a question. Answer the question.
I know. I said stop it. Stop playing that clan. Actually, don't stop playing the clan. The clan is actually pretty cool. What does it need? More power. I think just more power. It's like they're gonna print like the one card that's absolutely perfect for it. And that's
dude,
gonna be it.
Are you kidding me? Is that even a question, Drixon? Am I gonna make a new Alfred profile when the deck comes out? Are you kidding me? Are you kidding me? Of course I am. Love that deck. It's not gonna win a lot, but it's gonna be fun.
Ask Absolution. Thoughts on Diehawk? We went over it earlier, but we think it's just kind of pricey. And I mean, if you really need it, it's nice to have. But if they're just better starters, you should probably play those.
I do like the precedence it sets, that we're getting ways to stride before your opponent's at grade 3. I like the precedence. I'm also terrifiedly scared by the precedence it set. But it is an interesting precedence that it sets.
Thoughts on VMAX and Vanquisher chances? It's actually not that bad. We've heard a few things. Oh, and Nate, we were waiting for you to show this. So do you want to show off the pie chart? Lovely pie chart.
The pie chart. What pie chart?
2016.
Tournament top pie charts?
Yeah, tournament tops.
Yes.
Oh, yeah. I can do that. Just
All
1 minute. Let me find it.
So this is a special
That'll be
treat
the
for you guys.
Yeah, we'll show this off real quick. This is from a lot of tournaments. I don't know the exact number. I think Nate knows.
Do I know an exact number? No.
It's from all the tournaments that we have in a database that we've been working on of players and tops and tournaments. We have a personal database that we built that has like We've reached out to shops and gotten information of like ARGs, Bushroad events, Dynasty Cups, all those things to get to make this database so we can try to show that there is a meta and it does exist and it's Gear Chronicle right now. As soon as Nate gets the pie chart up, I'll probably end it with the pie chart. We'll talk about that real quick, and then I'll end damage check there. So we want to thank you guys for
And to
joining
clarify
us.
Twisted Death, Murkumo is not bad. There aren't many clans that are bad, but if you're talking like what does it mean to be competitive, can it beat Gear Chronicle consistently? I mean, just look at this pie chart. Look at that pie chart. Nate, say something so we can get that on the screen.
Actually, I can just click them.
Okay.
Yeah.
This.
So this is the
Nate, can you
this is
scroll
the
in a
pie
little
chart.
Nate, zoom in. Enhance. 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 So, well, if you can't see, so thank you. So see this big, nice pink square in the bottom right? Yep, that's Gear Chronicle. So that's 26.8% of the
8%.
field. If I'm looking at I can see that. And then the next biggest one is
Aquaforce with
actually
9.8.
Aquaforce for some reason. And then we have Royal Paladin, and the rest is just everything else.
No, Shadow Paladin is bigger. No, what's this purple one?
Purple one's Grand Blue.
Then Grand Blue is the next biggest.
Royal Paladin's green.
Oh, okay, I see it now. It's 8.6.
So you got Gear Chronicle, Aquaforce, but yeah, this could go back a while. And then Royal Paladin, Grand Blue, and then Shadow Paladin's in gray next to that, and the rest is just total crapshoot of what happened to win the tournament. I believe every clan has one at least. Is that right, Nate?
Except for Token Rambu. No.
Except Token.
Yes.
Yes, no Token Rambu. Or
this goes back to the release of GBT09. So I think the first event we have was ARG Orlando the day before the ARG Invitational. So it goes back mid-December.
got it.
So the most surprising thing here, honestly, is that Aquaforce was the second most top deck. Didn't see that coming. But it's a consistent deck and wins.
I mean, Blue Wave, man. It was in there.
Blue Wave is hype, especially at the beginning of the season, beginning of the year. So we want to thank you guys for joining us here on Damage Check episode 70. We'll see you again next week, Wednesday, same time, same place, to do episode 71. We want to thank ARG again. Make sure you check out their site, as we talked about in the beginning.
Hartford, Connecticut, January 29th, Connecticut Convention Center, 10 a.m. Pre-reg on their Facebook page.
All right. So thank you guys for joining us here on Damage Check. We'll see you here next time. Peace.
Peace.